At 300 kilometers an hour on a track that never stays still, Class 1 racing is the sport of a daring few. An astonishing combination of mechanical power and influence played on the world's most exotic stages. The 2006 Tour is likely to be the most brutally contested ever. Ill feeling and allegations still spilling over from last year's contentious campaign. Welcome to Qatar for another full-blooded affair with the sea. We're in Doha, gateway to the Middle East, one of the fastest growing cities in the world. Capital of a country that has carefully crafted tradition and the 21st century into a unique blend to gratify the requirements of modern-day commerce and tourism. An impressive backcloth. For this, the pinnacle of all powerboat racing. 10 minutes before the start, 10 powerful crews, all of whom demand a sizable slice of the spoils. Victory 77's late flourish of points in 2005 ensures they will start amongst the favourites.
This year we have to win. Okay, I don't think we have any other option. We build a new boat. Last year we crashed a boat, and we were very close last year. This year we have to do it.
Support for Sanchez and Almari comes in the shape of Nader bin Hendy and Ahmed Al-Suwaidi. Spirit of Norway will rely on the world's most successful throttle man, Steve Curtis, but it's the return of Iceman Bjorn Yelston that is sending shivers into every corner of the pit lane.
We spent a lot of time together over this winter to discuss and plan what to do, and it feels like in the good old days.
After his well-earned fourth last year, wealthy businessman Chris Parsonage fills the first all-British lineup for 12 years. James Shepherd signs up as driver in the newly sponsored King of Shaves.
Targeting Class 1 this year is to do some consistent finishes. I'd love to get some podiums. It's the first year, we've got a lot to learn. New crew, first time I've partnered Chris and vice versa. So there's a lot to learn. If we get on the podium in the first half of the season, I will be absolutely delighted.
Sheikh Hassan has pinpointed this as the year of deliverance for Qatar team. Chances are he would have delivered a year earlier, but for the serious derailment in Doha that ended in tears.
The title. Yeah, that's why we're here for. Not going through the expense, arranging two boats and the team and expense and just come in and do some fishing. No, we will definitely go for the title.
Same lineup as last year for Qatar's second team. Lino Da Biase pardoning Abdullah Al-Salati in 95. Both boats rely on Mercruiser power. After achieving their first ever pole position win last year, Christian Zaborowski and Joran Tandberg Jotten wait impatiently for promotion to the Grand Prix podium.
My hopes is we do a little bit better than last year. We was happy with last year, but we want to win our first race this year, I hope. The main thing is hope for finish every race in a good way. So that's our goal.
With new sponsors Foresti Suardi and Roscioli Hotels, Gianpaolo Montevocchi and Domenico Cirilli hope they continue the improving form that took them close to the top four last year.
This year I would like to finish sometime in the podium. This is our project, and we improve again the boat. We are waiting for the new propellers, but I have good hope.
Former Roscioli Hotels appears with a new sponsor, 7-Eleven. Norwegian Paul-Virik Nielsen taking over from Tommaso Poli alongside the experienced Nicolo Giorgi.
I'm quite excited to get the chance to drive Class 1 again. And our main priority this weekend is to get confident in the boat and get the feeling back, and of course in the end complete the race and maybe get some points.
And finally, the all-Italian lineup with all the experience. 30 years of racing powerboats between them will surely count for something. Back to the wet pits, and we're live with 7 minutes to go. Magnificent machines, 5 tons of racing thoroughbred, capable of travelling in excess of 250 kilometres an hour on the world's most unaccountable surface. While we wait, still time to take a look at how they qualified. King of Shades, number 50, providing the headlines. 3 minutes, 1.87 seconds over the 5.44 kilometre circuit meant second for the new British pairing, with Jotten just 0.23 of a second behind them. But everyone trailed again in the wake of the mighty Spirit of Norway. Their impressive 2 minutes 57.46 seconds, the only sub 260 posted. No luck though for Qatar team, both boats suffering mechanical nightmares throughout, or Jeremy's Flaminia, who successfully managed to roll their boat on the warm-up lap.
Siamo arrivati alla virata delle tre boe troppo veloci, la barca.
We arrived to the turn too quickly, and at the height of it, we rolled the boat to the side. Luckily, we finished on the right way up.
In ordine di marcia.
So, this is how they will start. King of Shades and Jotten in great shape to achieve podium honours, but plenty to do for the two great Middle East rivals from Qatar and Dubai if they are to take significant points. Well, back live then, and as the time draws close for all to face the searing heat, strategies are finalised, checks completed, and hatches battened. This is how today's challenge will shape up. One start lap of 5.44 kilometres, which was the undoing of Qatar 96 here last year. Then 15 laps of 9.02 kilometres and the 2 compulsory laps of 10.10 kilometres, which can pick you up places or, if taken at the wrong time, cost dearly. Total race distance 161.08 kilometres. So this is it, all belted up. Time to leave the safety of the pontoons for the slow journey to the start line and the breathtaking start of a Class 1 Grand Prix. Countdown then to the start of an immense campaign of encounters. The Red Bull display team salute the 2006 Class 1 Gladiators. Bjorn Yelston, Spirit of Norway, relentless in pursuit of perfection. Jean-Marc Sanchez, Victory 77, nothing less than world title acceptable. Chris Parsonage, King of Shades, new sponsor, fire in his belly. Zaborowski, frustrated, awaiting a first Grand Prix win. Sheikh Hassan, Qatar 96, in his eyes, the victim of rough justice in 2005.
Yellow flag. Number 9, number 95, number 2, catch up.
Yellow flag precedes green for the rolling start. The voice of Izik. Immense tension and 20,000 horsepower of mechanical muscle straining at the least. And there it is, the 2006 Class 1 World Powerboat Championship thunders off the line. Riding with number 9, 7-11 from pole 9. And this is a fabulous start from pole sitters Yelchin and Curtis. So good up the first crucial kilometre. 50 metres ahead, almost instantly. Jotten dropping places, passed already by Victory 77. And King of Shades, victims too of the blistering Spirit of Norway thrust. They're in there somewhere. Victory 77 and Qatar 96 smartly into the chase, and Shepherd forced into guiding King of Shades to a less hostile environment. And here come Victory 7, slow off the mark, but Nada Ben Hendy quickly ensuring the Dubai team keep a healthy presence in the top 4. Crucial first turn coming up. Riding with race leaders, and that's a miserly line on the 3-turn boys. Nothing there left a chance. King of Shades in their wake, making good a lack of early pace and loss of position, but problems for Jotten. Engines cut, and that is not the best place to stop with highly charged 5-ton boats on your transom. They've avoided contact, but that's an early setback for the pole 3rd position team.
96 on the outside, 77's on the outside.
Down the home straight for the first time then, Curtis warns Yelchin of visitors. Victory 77 and Qatar 96 in hot pursuit at just on 250 kilometres an hour. End of lap. 9 kilometres completed. Victory 77, push 96 to a wider line. Spirit of Norway, tidily though through on Route 1. Pick up a few valuable extra metres. Watching, no doubt with interest, a very good contest indeed here, developing between the two great Middle Eastern rivals. No love lost, nothing spared. Sheikh Hassan and Matteo Nicolini, as we've already said, still angry from decisions surrounding their last Grand Prix here, which ended their championship bid. Their horrendous crash, for which they still hold Spirit of Norway responsible. Mixed emotions for certain. A determination to put the record straight, but realisation anything foolhardy could end in more tears. A difficult day. King of Shades in fourth, dropped a couple of places, but even so, what a great start it is for this new alliance. Round the Palm Island for the first time, Yelston slides Spirit of Norway into line for the chicane. Sanchez and Almarie, Victory 77, hold the gap though at just 2 seconds. Qatar 96, dropping about 50 metres, riding with them. And you get the impression they are risking nothing. Who can blame them? And good news here for Jotten fans, Jaworowski and Tandberg on their way again. And we have to say, the Mercruiser Power has been a problem for the during testing and pole position for the four boats using the American engines. Computer management systems, the Gremlin. And Jotten moving ahead of number 2, Cheremish Flaminia, who crashed in pole position and were forced into repairing the boat overnight, remember. So fine effort for them even to make the start line. 9th position for them behind this boat, 7-11, Nicolo Georgian, Paul Virik Nilsson, number 9. First Grand Prix for them together. 7th for Foresti and Suwardi, Roscioli Hotels, and Montevocchi and Turilli. Not quite the start they had expected. Nader Ben Hendi and Ahmed Al Suwaidi, 7th only for them. That promising assault at the end of the start straight coming to absolutely nothing. 4 seconds now behind Qatar 95. But immediate major problems for Qatar. Abdullah Al-Salati and Lino De Biase grinding to a halt here. It's Mercruiser Power again. Victory 7, flash by into 5th. De Biase definitely not amused. Spirit of Norway meanwhile march on. 30 kilometres completed. Lead 10 seconds. And thanks almost entirely to this superb effort off the start line. The rest soon to match their speed, but the damage already done. Qatar 95 then, restart, but it is in last place. Mercury frustration continues. This is a long way now from the front. Mark D at the Sheraton and Victory 77. That's a good lap for them, trimming a second or two from Spirit of Norway's advantage. Need slightly more though to rattle the cage. Qatar 96, 4 seconds off 77, still very much in touch. And Qatar there you see in the background, into the first of their compulsory 2 long laps. Each team has to do 2, and they may be taken at any time between the 3rd and 13 laps. As we said earlier, they can transform your race by keeping you in clear water, or the opposite if you finish up in traffic.
I've taken 1 long lap. 96, 1 long lap.
Do you want to take a long lap? I think we're okay. No. Okay.
Yeltsin deciding to leave his a little longer, which is normal. Interesting decision here by Sheikh Hassan and Nicolini to go early. Probably figured they weren't going to pass Victory 77 the conventional way. But there will be a price to pay. King of Shades only 9 seconds at the start of the lap, will almost certainly move into 3rd. Yes indeed, no mistakes down the home straight for them, and the Brits move up 1 place. That's the view as seen by Sheikh Hassan, now 8 seconds behind them. Taking it in his stride. No problem so far with his Mercuries. I am beginning to wonder whether he, like most of the other crews, aren't pushing the envelope as far as they normally may. It's early in the season, and there's another Grand Prix here in 5 days. And that's the end for Montevocchi, qualified 5th, but very little gone right since then. great shape, and followed by Jotun. Well, they're falling like flies. Jan Zaborowski, Jotun team manager, on the radio straight away, and I suspect no restart this time, in a race where it all went wrong for them from the beginning. Caught in the melee on the start run, and then the engine cut on the first corner. All that after qualifying third. Qatar 96 then, second consecutive long lap. Now this is interesting tactics, designed to reap dividends later on, I suspect. Hassan and Nicolini clearly think so. Started the lap almost 40 seconds ahead of Victory 7 in 5th place, so in theory they should hold 4th comfortably. The previous long lap took them an extra 18 seconds. 7-11 moving up to 6th then, following the withdrawal of Jotun and Foresti Sawadi. The young pairing will be happy with that. 7th for Qatar 95, but with engine management problems, they're still going. Nino De Biase there looking a little less aggravated. Still not happy. Look at the face. Chilocci and Esperto number 2 just behind them in 8th. But let's cross over to the pits where Nigel Quilter is talking to Gianpaolo Montevocchi.
The boat was good because with the problem we turn very, very slow, but we do the same of Victory 7 until the 4th lap, and then we stop. One engine completely switch off.
And more grief here for Italy. 7-11 spluttering to a halt after doing so well. Maybe they will get going again, perhaps not. And Paul-Erik Nilsson's debut day, destined it seems not to be crowned with a finish. What a great pity that is. 70 kilometres completed. Norway still at the sharp end.
15 seconds. 15 seconds.
Lead over Victory 77, still only 15 seconds, and with taking long laps with a lead of less than 20, it might be considered precarious to take one now. I'm sure they'll be hoping Victory 77 go first. 77, 16 seconds ahead of King of Shaves, who embark on the second of their long laps. Just 6 seconds ahead, though, of Qatar 96. And that being the case, I think we may safely assume they will be in 4th place the next time around. Qatar 96 already at the Sheraton, turning for home, will reinstate themselves into 3rd at the end of the long straight for certain. The position they were in before deciding to take their long laps early. Well, nothing gained, nothing lost here, I suppose. It could still possibly work out for 96 should Victory 77 make a mess of their final long lap. However, that is very unlikely. Qatar 96 then back in podium position with 2/3 of this race completed. Shepherd and Parsonage rejoin the main drag, having put everything into that last lap in an attempt to hold on to 3rd. 3 minutes 15.08 seconds, the fastest long lap of the race so far. Such an impressive first event together. And looking back, 3 extra kilometres an hour on the start run, and it might have been even more spectacular. As it was, they were squeezed on the entrance to the infamous Sheraton Mark D before being hung out to dry on the exit. A little extra grunt at the green flag to stop all that. Let's cross once again to Nigel Quilter, who is with Nicola Giorgi.
After maybe 6 laps, we start to have problems with the drives, with the steerings. Paul told me that the steerings became harder and harder, and at a certain point it stopped to work anymore.
Smiling face there, that of Paul-Erik Nilsson, for whom racing in Class 1 is the realisation of a boyhood dream. Such a pity his debut couldn't have been blessed with something a little more memorable for him. Into the final stages then, Victory 77 and Spirit of Norway take their final long laps together. Appropriate, really. Spirit with the fastest race lap of 2 minutes 52.73 seconds a while back, increasing their lead to over 11 seconds and leaving little to resolve between them. All team managers at the top 3, if it finishes this way, I suspect will take comfort from good solid start to the new campaign. And I suspect the post-race interviews will make mention of quite a tussle between the top 4, particularly in the first 100 kilometres. Into the final 10 kilometres then, Jean-Marc Sanchez and Mohamed Al-Mari, 77, 12 seconds in arrears of Bjorn Yeltsin and Steve Curtis, Spirit of Norway number 10. Sheikh Hassan and Matteo Nicolini still in a solid third place, and although Parsonage and Shepherd got to within 8 seconds of them a couple of laps ago, that lead has now gone back to 13 seconds. Qatar 96 posting a race fastest 2 minutes 54.23 to put the matter beyond doubt. And as you saw there in that replay, it has been a race with its moments. Uninspiring in some ways, but all that perhaps rather inevitable after last year's end-of-season histrionics. Hopefully, safe to say, a lull before the storm. I dare say next week's second encounter here will be the full-blooded affair. The issues spilling over from last year probably won't have gone away, merely failed over. There are too many hell-bent on winning the title this year, whatever the cost. Final rundown then, Victory 7 5th ahead of Qatar 95. Abdullah Ossolati and Lina DiBiase, full credit for them for not throwing in the towel. Pino Tolocci and Mauro Esperto, Jeremy Flaminio sticking it out in spite of a disrupted weekend.
Guru, can you copy that this is the last lap?
I copy. This is the last lap.
So it will be race leaders all the way, Spirit of Norway, who take the checkered flag. Ahead of Victory 77, who put up a spirited fight, and Sheikh Hassan Al Thani and Matteo Nicolini, Qatar 96, who overcame their problems to finish third. Final lap confirmation, the Iceman is back, the cool has not gone away. He and Curtis win round 1, and the rest must all up their game if Norway's most successful businessman is to be prevented from lifting the world title for the 5th time. First few seconds of acceleration at the green flag might be a good place for them all to start. And this is how they crossed the finish line, and let's finally give some credit to two men who did rather well on their debuts. James Shepherd, King of Shades, and Ahmed Al Suwaidi, Victory 7. And so to the podium at the end of a very hot day indeed here in Doha. Sheikh Hassan reunited with his biggest fans, while the rest relived the race through its dramas and near misses.
It was a tough race, and it was just too much heat inside the cockpit. It was just unbearable. But I'm glad we finished third. It's the beginning of the season. It's a long season, so we still have 9 more to go.
This race is it was close, very close. Spirit came. We were leading, and Spirit came from behind, and he just overtook us. But he put the speaker fork in front of us at the turn, and that was it.
Feels good. It was a great race for us, and we are very happy to be back. It looked easy in one way, seen from you guys' side, but it's very marginal. It's very marginal.
Yalchin and Curtis, a formidable force, but not unmovable, requiring a considerable push only to knock them off course. But I think this season is ready to explode. Next round, back here in Doha in 5 days' time. See you there.